Live from the Business RadioX studio inside Renaissance Bank, the bank that specializes in understanding you. It's time for North Fulton Business Radio.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of North Fulton Business Radio. I'm John Ray. And folks, we are broadcasting, as we usually are, from inside Renaissance Bank in beautiful Alpharetta. And if you're tired of the big bank experience, you know what I mean by that. If you're at one of those mega banks, you can't get a live person on the phone. Hey, give Renaissance Bank a try, and here's the way to try it out. Go to renaissancebank.com and find one of their local offices near you and give them a call. And guess what? Live people answer the phone. Imagine that. If you're looking for a bank that's big enough to handle all your banking needs as a business, but they're small enough to do it in a personal way, I found that at Renaissance Bank with my clients that I work with, and I think you will too. Go to renaissancebank.com to learn more. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, member FDIC. And now I want to welcome Laurie Coello. Laurie is with Nutrishop Roswell. Laurie, welcome.
Hello. Thank you. I appreciate you having me here.
Yeah, great to have you here. So let's talk about you and Nutrishop, how you serving folks out there in Roswell and North Fulton.
Gotcha. Well, what we do, we are a Nutrishop, so we're into sports nutrition, health and wellness, vitamins, the all-around health and wellness aspect of getting healthy. A lot of people think we're more just sports-driven, but we are into just getting everyone healthy and just make sure everybody lives that nice, happy lifestyle.
Terrific. I want to get more into that, of course, but let's talk a little bit about you and why this business for you. Talk about your backstory.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so my backstory is I actually came from another company. I was a actual property manager.
Okay.
And so I moved out here to the Georgia area, and my son goes to Clemson University. So being a mom and your kid's off first year of school, you got to be near him. So I moved closer from California and got here after a year. My son came to me and said, "Mom, you're not as active and healthy as you used to be." And I guess that was his polite way of telling me I was putting on a few pounds. And so he managed to make it through that first year of school. But what that did was, and he did tell me, he goes, "Mom, you're always happier when you're healthy and you just don't seem yourself right now. So why don't you go get back in the gym?" He knew that I wasn't doing that. So I walked around like everybody else does when you're getting ready to start another fitness journey, and I went to the big brand stores and was asking questions they couldn't answer. And so I got kind of frustrated. I primarily got frustrated because the experience that I had back in the previous state, I went to Nutrishop there, and the experience in the store is, well, what are you doing currently? And they just dove into what was going on with me. Why do I want to get healthier or more fit or whatever? And so they were able to pinpoint and direct me to my actual needs, not what I thought I needed. They were actually talking about ingredients and how things would affect me and what am I currently doing. And they got very one-on-one, like I wasn't a customer. I was, a friend they were talking to, trying to help them better themselves and get healthier. And so when I'm going around the stores here and not getting any help and thinking, okay, I have to go back and forth to get my supplements and simple things as the proteins I like. And one day I decided, surely I'm not the only person having these issues and walking around blindly. Why isn't this product working? And have a shelf full of products that we don't use. Right. And I said up to myself, you know what, I'm just going to see what it takes to open up a store because I really, really valued what they provided. So you're talking about somebody here who has no experience in retail. But I do have experience in training and in bodybuilding. And I'm older, so I'm not a young pup. So it's a little bit more for people that are, wiser in age. And I just decided other people have got to be having this problem, and I wanted to be able to bring that and educate people and help them. That's really what my whole purpose of opening the store was, to help people.
Wow.
Like me.
Yeah, what a great story. Now you've got bodybuilding in your background.
I do.
Yeah, say more about that.
I actually started, it was funny, I was overweight, did the cyclical up, down roller coaster dieting, and couldn't control it. I have a brother who's a Navy SEAL, and one day he took me when I was in my mid-20s and said, "Hey, let's go for a run." And I signed you up for this race, and it was a marathon.
Oh my God!
So got that experience.
Way to go, brother!
Right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that was exhilarating." You know, it was
really
tough as nails, but it was exhilarating.
And you finished? And
I finished.
Wow.
Had a great time.
Good for you.
Because he had been teaching me how to eat. Teaching me what supplements. And when I say supplements, I mean vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
Not, bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing long distance running for years.
Wow.
And then when I turned 49, I know I don't look 49.
No, you don't.
When I turned 49, I hurt my foot. I got plantar fasciitis and couldn't run anymore. And so I thought, okay, what do I do? All I do is run. So here I am, a runner, and we could be any shape. You don't have to be thin to be a runner. And I walked into a gym. Okay, what do I do? And this gal looks at me, and she was a trainer, and she goes, "You got great skin. She heard how old I was, and she was like, you got really great skin. Let's get into bodybuilding." So at 49, I'm like, okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. So I competed. I took 4 months to do my training, and I competed at 50 years old.
Wow.
In bikini with NPC, and I won.
Look at you.
So it's, it really, I caught the bug then. It was a lot of discipline. I think I owe a lot of that due to the military, and then my brother being a Navy SEAL and really taking me under his wing. Mm-hmm. And just really enjoyed it and thought, oh my gosh, at my age, I can do this. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and I can help other people. And, I'm 59 now. I don't mind telling you, I'm 59 now. And if all goes well, I'll be doing it at 60.
Good for you.
So, but I haven't competed since I was 50. I did a bunch in that year, and that was it.
Okay. Wow. So, and you've got military service in your background.
I do.
Yeah.
I was in the Air Force for 4.5 years.
What did you do in the Air Force?
I was in personnel. So
okay.
I did outbound assignments and security clearances.
Well, thank you for your service. My son's in the Air Force. We'll talk about that later.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Smart
that later.
Guy.
Yeah. He's a pretty smart guy. So you decided to open the store because you really couldn't find a store like where you wanted to shop at.
I could not.
Yeah.
I refused to just buy something. Well, let me back up. I did buy a few things that they said, oh, this is the best item. Everybody buys this.
Yeah.
This is the most popular item. And I was looking for specific ingredients because I was taught ingredients at Nutrishop in the other state. Mm-hmm. And I would ask them for those ingredients, and they didn't even know what I was talking about. Mm. So it was really important to me that when people shop in those types of stores, and remember, they don't turn down business for anybody that goes in there shopping. So it could be a kid, and they could be buying something that's not safe for them to take at their young age. Mm. And it could be somebody who's taking something that they didn't ask them a question, are you on any type of medicines? Do you know if your doctor says you can do this? So it was about being healthy, at Nutrishop, it was about being healthy and make sure that's the first step. Let's get you healthy. And then everything else we take on top of that is, golden. That's what makes the changes in your physique. Right.
Well, let's talk about that, because this may seem like a stupid question. I'm good at asking stupid questions. I told you that. What do you mean by getting healthy? Because it's a different answer for everyone, right? So how do you define that?
Well, I define getting healthy, I guess, would be to me as, what are you doing nutritionally that is going to help you live a happy lifestyle, that you're not going to be sleepy all the time, that you're not sick all the time, and that you can get up and walk up a flight of stairs without breathing heavy, that you don't look jaundice, or you're having, you can't focus, things like that. So it's getting your body to a point in nutrition wise that you're going to stay healthy, because it's cheaper to be healthy than to have to pay for doctor bills.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's basically to help people understand what their bodies are capable of doing, what their body can do, what the purpose of your body is, versus what we hear out in the open media.
Yeah. Dr. Google can come up with a whole lot of stuff, right?
He's amazing.
Yeah. Amazingly wrong.
Amazingly misleading.
Yeah.
You know, they're great tools and resources out there. And
Sure.
Google's one of them. Influencers are some of them. But the bottom line is that we're each different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what would work for me to keep me in good shape may not work for you.
Right.
So the vitamins that I take are vitamins that I take because I know I'm deficient in. And so I have to supplement with them. And that's one of the things that we do is we have tools available to help you learn, are you deficient in anything? You know, why can't you get past this obstacle? Mm. So we're just here to help.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're not a store just for bodybuilders.
Correct.
Okay. And I think that's the perception, right? Whether it's the
Yes.
big box retailer or whether it's a more personalized experience like what you offer, that's
Right.
probably what the perception is, right?
Yes. And I think the people feel intimidated because I know I did.
Yeah.
I felt intimidated walking in there, you know, not knowing and trusting somebody with my health.
Sure.
I mean, you're trusting somebody to give you something that's going to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have something that contradicts something else going on in your body and you don't know. But the biggest thing what a lot of people don't understand is bodybuilders, they're pretty darn healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first thing that they do and the first thing any trainer is going to tell you, what are you eating? How are you eating? Are you taking your multivitamin? Are you taking omega-3s? That is the number one starting point. Mm. So yes, people get intimidated because they're used to seeing people like that walk into the store. But in reality, our first step to doing anything in our life is to get healthy. If you're going to be, let's say you're getting ready to go on a cruise and you want to be able to walk all those miles you're going to be walking when you get to the ports.
Right.
And right now you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. Well, we can help you get there. Mm-hmm. And we're not just about, this is kind of odd to say, we're not just about selling you a supplement, but we're selling you a lifestyle. We're helping you find your lifestyle and your health. And that's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, we're here chatting with Laurie Coello. Laurie is the owner of Nutrishop Roswell. And Laurie, talk about the effectiveness of some of these admittedly important multivitamins. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, and people don't know like which ones they ought to take, right? Which ones are the most effective? Omega-3, we all heard about fish oil and how important that is for our health, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. So talk about that, because that's an important piece of this as well too, right? Absolutely.
One of the things that I like to do is first educate people on, you know, what is it that they are lacking. One of the things, and this kind of goes into one of the tools that we have in the store, we have a product called NutriGuide. Mm-hmm. And NutriGuide is a advanced genotyping DNA test. So it's a swab test in their mouth, and then we send it off for results. And it comes back and it tells you what you're deficient in, what types of vitamins you should be taking, what you're lacking, what you're taking too much of. You know, what do you need to do physically to help your general health? What type of exercises you should be doing for your type of DNA. And just a clear example is something I had not known about with vitamins is vitamin B. Let's just take vitamin B, B12, for instance. Mm-hmm. Our bodies have a process they have to go through to be able to absorb those vitamins, those nutrients we put into our body. Not everybody has the ability to do it naturally in the body. So they need to take vitamins that are already in active form to ingest them so that it goes straight into their bodies. Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at a lot of different labels, they're just going to say vitamin B12 and that's it.
Right.
Or vitamin B6 and that's it. So if it has an active ingredient, it's going to tell you on the label if it's an active ingredient, which means it's already been in the form so that your body will digest it properly. For instance, until I took this test, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to take it because I didn't want to know. Mm-hmm. But I was having obstacles and, you know, I'm older now. And so I took the test and it told me I had a vitamin B deficiency, which was interesting because it's in my multivitamin. But the type of vitamin B that was in my multivitamin was not in active form. So I had to take a different one, which we happen to have in the store. And started using that, and I was no longer sleepy during the day. It was like a light switch.
Oh, wow.
Just these little things that we don't know, and not all ingredients and all products are the same. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of people like to go to the store and just buy them on sale. And it's just really, if you have any questions, you're welcome to come in and just ask questions, and I can get answers for you if I don't have them specifically. But it's really important just to make sure you're taking a product that's going to actually ingest into your body correctly.
Okay, so let's talk to those folks out there that love what you're saying, that want to know more, but like you, they're really intimidated about coming in, taking a test because they really don't want to know like what it might say, right? They really don't want to know. They want to know, but they don't.
Right,
you know what I mean? Right. And so maybe they're embarrassed, maybe they're shy, maybe they're just but they really need to take that step. Talk to those folks.
Well, what I'm really going to ask you is, are there things that you're saying, this used to work for me when I was younger, as we can all go back to do, but it's not working now? Or my body has changed, now I have to do this. Why is all of this happening? This test, and just coming in and asking the questions, and I would be more than happy to show my results, because it is so important to me that I don't mind disclosing it. This test really does help you answer so many questions that are explain so many questions that have been popping in your head for a lot of different things, personal things. And I think if you're feeling insecure or you're feeling intimidated about going into a store, definitely come and see us. We consider everybody that comes in not just a customer, but a friend, because we want to help. We sincerely want, and we will ask questions. Some people don't really like us asking questions. They say, I just came in for this, and that's totally fine. We'll stop. We'll back off. Later on, they come back and say, hey, you mentioned, but we're there to help you. I mean, we're there to service your needs. We want to help you get better. We want to help you stay healthy. We don't want you to suffer in anything that you're going through. And if we don't have the answer, we're going to do our best to try to find it for you, direct you.
Yeah.
We don't just keep everything in house. We'll direct you to somebody. If we think you need to get something looked at, we're going to say, you really need to go to the doctor for this, or go see this physical therapist, or, just so many different options for you. We want you to feel safe in our environment.
This sounds a whole lot different than the big box retailers. We won't mention any names, of course, but they seem like they're there to sell a product, whatever it is that's off the shelf, right? And they don't really offer the
additional tools.
The diagnosis, I guess, as it were. Is that a fair statement?
They have wonderful product in their stores. They're just not as knowledgeable. They don't have all the tools we have. We have an eVolt 360 body composition machine, which you come into the store, you can get on there, and it's going to tell you what's going on with your body. It's going to, recommend some valuable supplements, vitamins for you. And when I say supplements, I mean that interchangeably with vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
And we also have, like I said, the NutriGuide test. We have plans. We have actually sheets that we will hand you and go over. Do you need help trying to create a meal plan? Do you know how to eat? Let me explain it to you. This eVolt 360 also will spit out your macros, tell you how much you should be eating, and how much of what types of foods, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats that you should be eating. That NutriGuide will tell you what you should be eating as well and what you shouldn't be eating, which if I could just share one bit of information that came out of mine. Yeah. It told me I had a sensitivity to fats. I was not happy to see that on that test. Yeah. I want fats. I like fats, Yeah. I'm like everybody else. I like to eat.
Sure.
But it said that I had I could only eat 15% of my total caloric intake in saturated fats, which is not a lot, but it's enough.
Yeah.
What I found just by making that tweak in my eating plan is I literally overcame and dropped that weight that I had been trying to take off for a while now.
Wow.
And I don't feel hungry anymore. So the balance, what it told me to eat, I was able to, it worked. And it was, it's a love-hate relationship, but with these tools, but they're there for you. And, they're there to help you, and you can take what you want from them, do them, don't do them.
Yeah.
So
are you a good, let's say somebody's thinking about going on a diet, right? And they're about to go on the 28th diet they've been on, right? So, yeah, which is
typical.
Yeah. I'm not shaming. I've been there. So we've all been there. So, it sounds like they need to come see you first, because the results you're going to give them from that diagnostic you're talking about would help them decide what kind of diet they need to be on.
Right. And I like to try not to say the word diet.
Okay. Because you said meal plan. I like that term.
Plan.
Yeah.
I like, get on a proper, nutrition, healthy eating plan.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because the whole thing is if you're going to go and you want to lose a few pounds, or if you want to tone some things up, it's how we eat. It doesn't mean that we can't have everything that we want to have. And I would never suggest to anybody go cold turkey, do this. Like when I start someone, if they want to come to me, and I love these people that come in. One example is a young man. It's a success story. I hope I can share.
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Young man, we started a competition. It's a challenge. It's a 4-day summer shred challenge that we had people sign up for. And it was 4 weeks ago is when it started.
Mm-hmm.
And this young man, and it was open to all ages. If somebody comes in, we don't want to turn anybody away.
Yeah.
If they're younger, we ask them, you want to bring your parents in? We want to make sure we're doing all of this, for them.
Right.
And this young guy came in, and he was 16 years old, a little overweight. And he's like, I can't seem to lose any weight, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and I really want to do this. And there's an entrance fee, and he paid the entrance fee. It was a small fee, but he committed himself. It was only $25, but that's a lot of money to some people.
Sure.
But the prize is $250 in cash for male and female. Okay, so he was like, I want to do this, and I want a reason to do this, and I want to make sure I learn it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
He came in, we put him on the body composition machine. It told him exactly what was going on with his body, what his macronutrients were. And I told him, come in every week and let's look at your meal plan. Let's see what you're eating. I don't want you to cut out everything bad in your life right now, but I want you to give me 1 or 2 meals a day. Mm-hmm. Give me 1 meal out of your 3 or 4 that you're going to be eating. And then we'll increase it to 2 meals. This young man, over the course of 4 weeks, and he did it by just no supplements, no fat burners or anything like that.
Mm.
He did it on purely food and determination and dedication to what he wanted to have accomplish.
Wow.
And he actually won. He doesn't know it yet. We got to give him a call. He won the challenge. He lost just over 11 pounds of body fat.
Wow.
And he did not lose
in 4 weeks.
In 4 weeks, and did not lose any muscle, because that is a parameter. You can't lose more than 2 pounds of muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So he really focused, ate the right foods, did exactly what we spoke about, that were within his means. And he did it. And he was I've never seen, the whole time he came in, he was never smiling. And then when we gave him the last results, he was just grinning ear to ear. He was so smiley, so proud of himself. And we were very proud of him as well. So
that's wonderful.
We can't wait to give him the good news.
Yeah, that's terrific. Okay. So that's great that you help these whippersnappers that are 16. What about us aging, baby boomers and whatnot, right?
I've got you, John. I've got you.
Okay.
So I would do the same exact thing to you. And the biggest thing that I find when I'm talking to people that have much more knowledge throughout the years, because we're all full of so much wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
We have the internet, we have our iPhones, or any kind of social media, and everybody's telling us the right thing to do. So when you come into me, you're going to question me and tell me I'm wrong because, John Smith says on here that I should do this because he does it.
Right.
I'm going to sit down with you, and I'm going to have a very heart-to-heart talk with you about what's going on. I'm going to ask you the questions you don't want to answer, and I'm going to ask you to be honest with me, and I'm going to let you know that this is on you. I can, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. I can give you all the tools and have all the tools available to you. But if you're not willing to commit to yourself for your own health, I can't commit to your health for you. So I would sit you down. We would talk about your nutrition, what you're eating, and I would probably do the first, depending on what the machine spit out for you, I would probably do the first week with you of just foods to see where your body's at, so I know what your body's doing,
mm-hmm.
and to see how you're responding, and to make sure that you're eating properly, because it will tell me if you are not. That's the beauty of the machine.
It tells on you, huh?
It tells on you. And no matter how much somebody tries to pull it past me, and I'm like, the machine says this, what are you doing? You're either doing this, this, or this. Which one of them is it? And then finally it comes out. But it really is, it's actually a motivator because I've had, like I said, we have a lot of other people. I've got 3 ladies. I have one gal that you would look at and say she's very much in shape, that she did not need to be in this challenge. She actually unbelievably lost a body fat that she'd been wanting to lose and gained muscle, and which is amazing, especially it's much harder, that the leaner you are, the much harder it is if you're, and she just tweaked a few things as well. We were talking about how to exercise because she was doing everything else right.
Right.
So we talked about how to exercise, and she did it.
Wow.
And she had a great outcome, and she actually is going to get the phone call as well. She won the challenge. And she's in her 40s. So it's, you know, and like I said, I'm 59. I'm doing it right now. I've heard every excuse, and there are some legitimate ones, absolutely, but it's making yourself a priority. I think that's the biggest thing. We fail to do that a lot. We do a lot for other people, but we don't take care of ourselves. And I'm an inexpensive way in the beginning to start taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Great work. Laurie Coello, folks. She is the owner of Nutrishop Roswell. So any new product services you're excited about you want to share? Yes.
We actually, like NutriGuide was a newer one. And we've just had it in the store for a month, but we just got notified of a new product, a metabolism booster, which is also a fat burner, that has come out, and I'm really excited about it. It is a non-stimulant product. So, and that's big on me. I love to counsel people on, if you can do non-stim, do non-stim. A lot of people like the caffeine. I like it in my coffee. That's about it. But these products are, like I said, they're tools. The eVolt 360 is a great machine. That's a tool for you. The NutriGuide is a tool for you. These products are tools for you, and we're a tool for you. So can't wait to get that product in. And we also just got a new flavor of BCAAs, which are branched chain amino acids that you can drink while you're training or just drink them during the day. And we have it in pineapple lemonade, and it is absolutely delicious. So if you like the hint of pineapple in your lemonade, this is a wonderful drink. It's something nutritious. It takes the place of a Gatorade, if you will. It has electrolytes in there, so it's something that you can make sure you get hydration.
Okay, cool. So the body composition test, you need to make an appointment. Do I have that right?
You don't need to make an appointment. You can actually come in at any time, and we will get you on. We will not turn anyone down. We want you, and it's free. Okay. Usually you're going to pay money to get that done, but it's free. It's free for all of our customers. Anybody who comes in and just wants to, your first one's always free. If you're not a customer and you just want to check it out, we're not going to turn you away. We want you to do whatever it takes to get yourself healthy.
Terrific. So what, it sounds like though you really give, the key to changing habits is to have motivation, right? That's one of the keys, right?
I would say more education than motivation, because I think motivation does definitely, we're there to help you, to motivate you, but it's all you. It's all you. And the more knowledge you have, especially about what you're taking into your body, and the easy way it is to do it is not as difficult as it seems. And we have those constraints and already pre-programmed in our heads.
Well, I guess where I was, I get what you're saying, and then I couldn't agree more. I guess what I was saying is when you give people that knowledge, right, it is motivating.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I'd agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. And so it really gives people maybe a chance. They've tried a lot of different things and all the different things they've found on Instagram and what the latest celebrity says they need to do, and none of them worked, right? But that education gives and some results that happen kind of early on help people keep going, right?
Right. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
It is, once they start seeing some results out of nowhere without them barely making any modifications, but just, tweaking things a little bit.
Yeah.
They do. You feel better. You don't want to have, you're like, oh, I feel good. I'm not going to have that, extra piece of cheesecake or, those extra French fries on the side. I'll get a salad instead because I'm doing so well. And, we want everything in moderation.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So let's get to the important stuff here as we close. Your store is located where?
1475 Holcomb Bridge Road, Suite 183 over in Roswell. It's off the corner of Old Alabama and Holcomb Bridge. Okay. So we're right there on the corner in the LA Fitness Shopping Center.
Okay. And right off Georgia 400 for folks that are coming from Alpharetta or Sandy Springs or wherever, right?
Yes. Yeah. Quick off just a couple of minutes down the road.
Yeah. Terrific. And any other information on your store that you want to share, classes or any events that you're having that you regularly have that you want to share?
Actually, what I like to do is to offer what we do is if somebody wants us to come in and speak to their organization, whether it's a school, I would love to be able to talk to the schools because their students, athletes need some education on supplements and what they should be taking, what they should not be taking. The staff, any corporations, how to reduce stress levels. We have products for cortisol, reducing stress levels, and just, want to open up that for everyone. So if anybody's interested, please give me a call, contact me. We've done talks already with the city of Roswell, and they really enjoyed it.
Terrific.
Rotary clubs.
Okay.
So yeah, we're open and available to people.
Terrific. So before we let you go, let's just, you've already given the location, but let's give maybe a phone number.
Sure.
So people, if they want to reach out and call you ahead of time, they can do that.
Yes, our store number is 470-223-4909. And they also can reach out to us on Instagram, Nutrishop Roswell, and TikTok. I'm now older.
Are you a TikToker?
They got me. My son and them got me in there. So yes, we are a TikToker now, Nutrishop.Roswell.
Okay.
So that's a lot of fun.
Okay. Terrific. Well,
I'm better at nutrition and health and wellness.
Well, we've all got our core competencies. I'll have to find somebody's app and look for you because I don't.
So you know my feelings.
Yeah. But hey, you got to do what you got to do to build the business, right?
Absolutely.
So, Laurie, this has been great, and
thank you.
Yeah, you've given us a lot of great information, and we're just delighted we could shine the light on the great work you're doing. So keep it up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely, Laurie Coello, folks. She's the owner of Nutrishop Roswell. And folks, just a quick reminder, if you've got some dysfunction in your business, if you've got some vitamin deficiencies in your back office, let's say, how you like that transition? You know what I mean by that, because you're doing too much of the administrative work and your bookkeeping, maybe your books look like they're in a Nike shoebox with a lot of receipts flowing out of it. Well, if you need some help there, the folks at Office Angels can help. They have a whole team of angels that fly in, they get that work done, and they fly out. And they do it on an ongoing or as-needed basis. And, hey, I know of the quality work that they do because I use their services myself. So if you've got those nutritional problems in your business and you want to restore the joy back to the ownership of your business, give them a call, 678-528-0500, or you can go to officeangels.us if you're shy, but give them a call and tell them that we sent you, and you'll be glad you did. And folks, just a couple of reminders as we end this edition of North Fulton Business Radio. I have a book coming out later this year. It's called The Price and Value Journey, Raising Your Confidence, Your Value, and Your Prices Using the Generosity Mindset Method. If you're a professional services provider particularly, you may gain from having this book. Go to pricevaluejourney.com to learn more, to sign up for updates that we'll be sending out as we get closer to the release, and to learn more about that work. I also want to thank you, our listeners. We're coming up on show number 700 of North Fulton Business Radio, and we've only gotten this far because of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to subscribe to the show, share the show, follow us on social media and sharing posts. We're just thrilled of that support. And what you help us do in that is help us fulfill our mission to be the voice of business in North Fulton and continue to shine the light on great business leaders like Laurie. So if you would continue to do that work, we'd be grateful. So for my guest, Laurie Coello, I'm John Ray. Join us next time here on North Fulton Business Radio.